2 days ago, my friend Ben and I arrived in the town of Chamonix to backpack the French Alps before we planned to head our separate ways across Europe. After staying in a hotel room for the first night and going on an 8-mile hike to survey the area, day 2 consisted of a haul to a makeshift campsite near La Flagère. We managed to complete a crazy hike to Lac Blanc and then wild camped in the mountains for the night with no plans where the following day would take us. So, as we slowly woke up after a cold night in the Alps, I tried to mentally prepare myself for another day exploring with no idea what we would do, the things we would see, and the places we might go.
Oh. Wow. Oh, good morning. Oh my gosh. Look at this view, bro.
It was a cold night. So cold, in fact, that when we stepped outside of the tent in the morning, our bodies steamed like microwaved food. As the clouds started to clear up from the morning sky, we cleaned up our campsite and headed out to start a new day in the Alps.
Because I ate food. Goodbye to the goated spot right here. We're heading out to refill water and charge for a day 2 of hiking in the Alps. Alright, good morning. It's day 3 here in the French Alps, as you can see. Beautiful day, visibility is great. I also think it's day 7 of the backpacking journey across Europe. Last night was my first time wild camping. I was doing it with my friend Stone. Overall, slept pretty well, but at the beginning, I was convinced that there was like a mountain goat right outside of our tent. Maybe a person, I don't know. I was just a little freaked out, but I think it was just the wind. It was really windy, making a lot of sounds. All in all, I ended up falling asleep, getting a couple hours. That's all you really need when you're backpacking and camping. That's all you can ask for. Right now, Stone and I just split up. He's going to fill up our waters. I'm going to this building up here to hopefully get a charge because we're going to spend another night in the Alps tonight and we want our phones to be significantly charged so we can figure out what's going on. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit nervous about the upcoming days. I have nothing planned for tomorrow. Stone's heading back to Paris. I have no idea where I'm going next. Literally have not booked a single ticket for transportation or hotels or accommodation, hostels. And as I say that, we have a friend right in front of me. Good morning. Was it you outside of our tent last night making all that noise? Probably. But yeah, I usually like to kind of buy shit in advance, a couple days in advance. But yeah, everything is so expensive going into Switzerland, so I have no clue what I'm gonna do. Might have to go to a different country instead. I'm gonna try to do more research today and explore all my options. With that being said, a lot more hiking today, camping tonight. I guess I just gotta focus on what's in front of me.
With Stone going to refill our water supply, I made my way over to the ski restaurant nearby in order to recharge all of our things. Our first objective for the day was to find a flat piece of ground to set up camp for the night before we ventured further south to explore more of the mountain. You see, we were lugging all of our stuff with us, and the sooner we could find a spot to drop off all of our bags, the easier it would be to explore and just enjoy. So I just hoped that we could find something suitable for the night before it got too late. After charging our power banks for a bit, we set off south across the mountain in hopes of finding a place to camp while progressing back closer to the town of Chamonix.
There's Chamonix. A journey to Chamonix, man. Wow. Holy smokes. Damn, this is pretty rocky. Like we're skirting across the side of the mountain. Wow, bro. This is nuts. Sun's coming out. I had to take off the sweatshirt, it's getting hot. But yeah, we're headed this way, back over Chamonix. We'll probably look for a campsite in about like another hour or two, and then keep hiking from there. So hopefully we can find something good. We got really lucky last night. I mean, what more can you ask for? This is so beautiful. My God. There he is. How was it?
It was pretty sexy. You know, it's like looking out. It helps the bowel movement.
Yeah. Did you get the view?
Yeah, so the view helps the bowel movement. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. Not a bad place to go. Beautiful terrain. It's insane. Crazy. Making progress. We're going all the way across there, this mountain. Getting closer to Mont Blanc. Yeah, it's hot out. It's getting really hot, but we're pushing. Oh, it's so bright.
Yeah, hurt my eyes, man.
Don't want to slip down here.
After traversing some beautiful terrain for about 90 minutes, we arrived at a mountainside covered with snow. Both of us were getting pretty tired from the morning filled with hauling all of our bags, so we decided to stop for a quick lunch when we made it beyond the snow at a nearby viewpoint. By the time we finally sat down for a break, we had spent the entire morning hiking nearly 4 miles across the mountain, and now sat right in front of Europe's highest peak, Mont Blanc. This area was absolutely stunning, and had plenty of flat areas that we could have potentially camped around. However, with the lack of gear we had, we ideally wanted to camp at a lower elevation in order to stay warmer during the brutal night. So we both agreed to go down a bit to look for spots along the way.
Alright, as you can see, we've made it pretty high up to a spot where we're just chilling, eating some food. We want to camp around this area, but it's just a tiny bit too high. As you can see, there's still quite a bit of snow. It's too cold. So we're probably going to head down in a little bit. We're just scouting for potential charging, places to charge phones, electronics, and water source because we're both running low. So yeah, I'm checking out these buildings here. I'm really hoping they have an outlet. That would be really clutch because then we know we can set up camp somewhere near here. So yeah, let's look.
Serve my time, but I still see you when it rains, numbing me like Novocaine. I chase it all down through the drain, 'cause I'm the moth and you're the flame. Why don't you come on home, 'cause we're not better off alone. You know that.
On the way down from our lunch spot, we managed to find a few small buildings that we believed may have working outlets. However, nothing had electricity. Don't get me wrong, we didn't really need to be on our phones while we were camping and hiking, but the reality was Ben was heading back to Paris the following day, and I still had no idea what I was going to do after Chamonix. So at some point during the day, I needed to do research about the next destination, transportation, and what decision made the most sense for my 3 weeks remaining in Europe.
We're in a ski resort way above the city. Looking for charge, looking for food, honestly, water, everything. Where are we, bro? Bro, look how steep this descent is. It's actually crazy. We're going down big time. Still haven't found a place to put our tents up for the night. Because as you can see, I mean, this is just such a steep cliffside that like there's no good flat areas. So we just have to keep going further down, I guess, until we find something suitable. But I mean, at least the views are kicking. Mont Blanc right there. Good visibility today. So yeah, let's just see what we get up to today. I have no idea what we're gonna do.
The further we progressed down the mountains, the more frustrated both Ben and I got. For one, we were completely exhausted from hauling nearly 35 pounds of shit on our backs for what had almost been the last 4 hours at that point in time. On top of this, we couldn't seem to find a flat spot if our lives depended on it, and it felt like we made a grave error by leaving our almost perfect spot on the other side of the mountain. Then, add in the fact that we were both low on water, food, and battery charge. It was safe to say we both became annoyed at the current situation. So, with each additional step down the mountain, not only did my knees become weaker and weaker, but my frustration grew larger and larger.
Oh, waterfall. Two over there, right? We can't cut across this. I mean, you can, bro. I don't think that's smart. I think we have to go up here, no? I think yesterday's luck ran out. We've been searching for hours. No flat space to camp. That's not directly on the trail, so yeah, it's hot. We're tired. We gotta find something though, or else we can't put these bags down.
Eventually, after several hours of trekking, we finally decided to throw in the towel and camp next to the road. To be honest, the spot wasn't terrible, as there was a flat space for the tent and a flowing river only a few steps away, which resolved our lack of water situation completely. We set down our things for what felt like the first time in years, and then headed our separate ways for the evening.
So Stone and I have split up for the next few hours. He wanted to continue exploring, hiking, all that stuff, and I wanted to head back into town. The reason being, I'm running out of groceries and I really want like an actual meal. I've just been eating bread and cheese for probably the past, 48 hours. And on top of that, like I said earlier, I have no idea what my plan is for the next week. I know that I'm going to be going to Italy in like 6 days to, visit friends and stuff like that. But in terms of like what I'm gonna even be doing tomorrow, the day after, I have nothing planned. I have not booked a single ticket, single hostel, or just looked into anything because quite frankly, I haven't had time. I've just been hiking in the mountains. And as much as I'm someone who likes to be spontaneous, I literally have less than 24 hours to figure out where I'm going next. The reality is this place is beautiful, but it's also very expensive. And if you've been following my journey, you know that I've pretty much used up majority of my budget already. And today is like day 8 or 9 around Europe. I don't remember. So that being said, I need to find out a way that puts me in a good position to be close to Italy, somewhere that is relatively cheap. That being said, that is why I'm heading down right now. Probably gonna take me an hour just to get down. We're decently high up, but I'm also wearing flip-flops walking down this steep road here, just due to the fact that I have so many blisters now from hiking. Like my feet are all covered in blisters, open wound type shit. This is the only way that they can feel any relief, even if it takes me slower to get down these hills. So yeah, my goal is to hit up a grocery store, maybe get into a little cafe, get something to eat, and then charge everything as well. And then come up with a plan for what the hell I'm gonna do tomorrow. Because it's a little intimidating, being in the Alps with no idea what your next move is. So yeah, hopefully I get down there safe without breaking an arm because it is quite rocky. We'll see what happens. So I'm following a trail that isn't listed on the map routes. I just wanted to follow it because it's easier on my feet. Oh. Oh. And just like that, my socks are muddy. That is perfect. I really hope that this trail doesn't let me down. I kind of took it thinking that like, all right, it clearly looks like there's cars drive up here. So I'm hoping that it takes me down to the main road more quick. Then again, I have no idea where this leads, bro. Oh, dangerous. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Yeah, at this point, man, I really just want to get down to the city already. I probably have like another half an hour of straight walking. Bro, I'm too lazy to go all the way down there and cut through this guy's backyard. There's a mini trail here, so why not, man? Bro, I've literally been walking for dead 45 minutes. This is criminal, man. Just to get down to the base of the town? Come on, bro. It's pretty cool though. It's nice, very nice weather. Bro, I hear people in the backyard.
After splitting up with Ben for the evening, I made the personal call to hike an hour and a half back into town in order to get some food and solidify a plan for the next few days. I'd be lying if I said that the fact I had no clue where I was going the following day didn't stress me out a bit. So, in a weird turn of events, I found myself hiking through the backyards of strangers in order to reach the city center before dark.
Have to be getting close now. I mean, we're in neighborhoods, or I guess just someone's garden. Bro, where the fuck am I? I just want to get into town. Like, it's not that hard to ask. Okay, door's just open. I don't think I'm supposed to be here, bro, but what is this view, man? Where am I, bro? Where does this end, bro? Bro. Okay, I need to take a left at some point. This is just ridiculous, bro. What am I doing?
I'll be honest, even though we had only been in the mountains for about 36 hours at that point, it was a really weird feeling returning to the city where there was noise, people, and so much going on all at once. It's like my brain had just started to adjust to the mountains, and now I was back in the real world. But after surveying the street for a bit, I found a taco place that lured me in with a free, unlimited water stand and decided to order some nachos while I was there. So I grabbed a quick bite to eat while charging my phone and searching desperately for where I would go next on my adventure. Once I finished eating a lovely meal and making my plans for the next few days, I started my ascent back up the mountain to our campsite for the night.
All right, I'm back on the trail that will take us to the campsite for tonight. I'd say it was a pretty productive side quest into the city. Got a lot of stuff done. I really like this city, Chamonix. It's very peaceful and very charming, like the little chalet houses. I really want to come here in winter. I think that it would be absolutely phenomenal in the winter for skiing and all that stuff. I just ran into a local and he said that like May and June are the best times to come because the weather's still good. You can do everything, but it's not a complete mess, like flooded with tourists and everything like that. That's more like July and August, he said. Other than that, we're just chugging along. I have about 2 miles uphill ahead of me. Probably gonna put the camera away, listen to some music, just vibe, chill, taking these beautiful sights, cause this is absolutely unbelievable. And also, I did book my accommodation, or made my plans for the next few days. So yeah, really excited. Took a complete 180 from what I was expecting, and I'll elaborate more on that in a bit. But for now, it will have to be a surprise. So yeah, keep working on this trail. I'll see you guys at the campsite.
Eventually, I returned to the campsite where I found Ben snuggled up in the tent as the sun began to set behind the mountains. It was safe to say that it was a weird day, most of which was spent lugging our bags miles across the mountains just to end up sleeping on the side of a rocky road. I really hoped that our spot would hold up for the night and that no hikers or passing trucks would give us any shit for camping there. As I brushed my teeth and prepared for another cold night, I tried to focus on just being present in that moment. In just the last few hours, my plans for the next days had shifted completely. Even though I managed to only spend $20 across our 2 days in the mountains, my budget was still pretty low considering I still had 3 weeks weeks of my journey across Europe remaining. So as my head hit my makeshift pillow, I thought back on all the highs and lows from Chamonix. One thing I recognized in that moment was, even though I love to be alone sometimes, having been with me over the past few days helped push me through a lot of the bad and unseen moments. Not only did I feel more comfortable camping in the middle of nowhere with a friend, but the spontaneity and the unexpected felt a lot more approachable with someone by your side. However, he was planning to leave for Paris the following morning, and since I was headed to a new country, I couldn't help but wonder what was in store for me next.
Oh child,